All right. Supposedly we're live. I think the comments are able to be commented. All right. This is uh this is ludicrous what YouTube is doing to me. OnlyFans wouldn't do this to me, but they changed their yeah, now I see it. There you go. I see it. Okay, good. I see chat. How you doing, Jimmy? All right. It works. I don't know what the hell happened there, but we're working. Mets. Mets won today. They almost blew that game. They were up like what was it, like 9-0 or something? Or 7-0? Forgot what happened. Why'd Heath Hembry close? You don't want to go to Heath Hembry to close too many games. Believe me, I had him in fantasy in a couple of leagues. He blew up my whip and my ERA in every other week. All right, so we stopped with Juan Gonzalez. You got rid of the one. Rob, my man, if you're watching, welcome back. I kind of feel bad to show this card right now, but being that Jimmy and I just fixed this, Pat Burrell, he was a noted Mets killer. 3 Ys, 3 Ns. Oh, yeah, it's definitely him. It's definitely my man. Pat Burrell. Yo, there's a lot of funny stories about Pat Burrell and his interactions with the opposite gender. Google it. I have to keep this sort of suitable for all ages. But the guy was a legend in Philadelphia in the nightclub scene. Soto, Chipper, that's right, Chipper. Soto, I didn't know about Soto. I saw Pat Burrell in a nightclub once. I went up to him. He had a flower Hawaiian shirt on, white jeans. Like, Pat, how you doing, buddy? He's like, can I buy you a drink? Oh, yeah. It's like, yeah, there you go, Pat. Drunk out of his mind. This is one guy who lived it up as a baseball player. He lived it up. Herbert Perry. This guy was no Gaylord Perry, I'll tell you that much. Herbert Perry. Isn't he a comedian? Ramon Martinez. We talked about him last night. He looks a little different on this card. He looks nothing like Pedro. That's weird. Wes Helms. He was a pinch hitter for the Phillies. Anybody remember Wes Helms? He was a Brave here. Trader. Marcus Giles, the younger brother of Brian. He had a couple good years for Atlanta. I think he had some pop. Kirk Reuter, Jobber. Andrew Jones, not a jobber. There you go. He was a great defensive player. Wow, he was around for like 7 years when this card came out. He had 30 home runs, quite a few years. He had some good numbers. Cesar Izturis, not to be confused with Macer Izturis, his twin brother. Paul Lo Duca, this is him on the Dodgers, though. Oh, wow. Well, wow, you take those numbers out. I wonder what his numbers look like for the year without his games against the Mets. Kansas City Royals runs batted in season leader, 144. Mike Sweeney, 144 RBIs in 1 year. I would think that would take him 3 years. I forgot he had. I don't know. Cardinals deck D-backs. The Cardinals beat the Diamondbacks postseason 12-2. Wow. Checklist for Jeff. I didn't know that. Absolute Oh, I think there's a relic card in here. Hoping it's somebody's jock strap. Hyun Jin Ryu, foreign player. Joey Gallo, Rafael Devers. I still don't know how to pronounce his name if anybody knows. These two guys both hit home runs today. Devers has like 33 home runs. All right, we're going to put the relic on the back. That'll be the last card we pull. George Brett, Icons. Pretty cool card. He hit 390 in 1980. He had hemorrhoid problems in the World Series, so I think he was like going to sit out a game or something. But the next day, where it was an off day, so the next day somebody said, "How's your problems?" He said, "They're all behind me." Little play on words there. George Brett had that in him. Ali Rutschman. Oh, look, he's probably the best catching prospect in baseball, and that's Archimedes Gamboa. He's a Philly prospect, highly touted J2 signing from a couple of years ago. He might be lucky to make the majors, and if he does, he might bat about 180. That shows the discrepancy, comparison, whatever the word is, between the two organizations. Mike Yastrzemski. This is Carl Yastrzemski's father. JT Realmuto. We don't have Sixto Sanchez on the Phillies because of him. True story. And the relic. Oh, shit. Sorry for cursing. It's not just a relic, it's an autographed relic. This is pretty nice. It's got two relics. It's called Tools of the Trade. It's signed. It's an autograph. Joey Bart, probably the third best catching prospect. It's got two of his jock straps and his signature, authenticating that he wore them. Wow, that's pretty nice. I'm going to keep that. All right, final pack, Allen and Ginter. I don't know what the goal is here. Can't be a jockstrap. We got it. A light bulb. Look at this kid. Look at this kid. This is Kelly. MK. Mike Kelly. I don't know who this is, but he's underage drinking liquor. What's up, Scott? Welcome, welcome. What kind of break you're doing next? I don't know who this kid is, but he's drinking. We got about 40 minutes left in The Godfather. Michael Pacino's character is talking to a lady saying, my father is a very powerful man. They're walking and it was daylight. That's all I remember. Yo, I know I'm in the minority here when I say this, but I was kind of bored throughout The Godfather. I never watched it before. I always thought I would be bored, and I didn't want to let many Bps down, but I was always afraid to watch. I thought I would be bored, and I was kind of bored. I never seen Lost. Scotty just mentioned Lost on Twitter. I never seen Lost. Is this kid from Lost? Leo Kelly? You've heard that before, Jim? Yeah, I mean, I guess because everybody, you know what? I don't let other people's reviews influence my thoughts on movies, television, music. I always go in with an open mind. But I don't know. Goodfellas is much better. Bronx Tale. I don't know who this little kid is. But I just know that he's drinking on, and that's not, we don't condone that. I'm sorry. It's fucking Twitter. Sorry for cursing. The audio's off on Twitter again. I heard it's not just me. All right. I mean, you could be both Goodfellas and Godfather. I mean, the only reason they're similar, like gangster movies. So you're going to say I like this one better than this one. You can like both. It's like people say, "Oh, Beatles or Stones." Why not both? You could prefer one. I prefer the Beatles. The Stones are talented, but Willie Mays, Willie Mays Hayes, he was a great all-around player, wasn't he? Much better on YouTube, huh? I don't know what it is with Twitter. Patrick Corbin, this guy is horrible. He parlayed 5 good months of his life for $100 million contract from the Nationals. Thankfully, the Phillies, the Mets, the Red Sox, and any other team that we have correspondence for did not sign this schlep rock. Scott, look what we pulled. It's a dual jockstrap relic with an autograph of Joey Bart. Right before he got on. I never had a card like this with 2 jockstraps on it and an autograph. I like the YouTube is cool because I can read the comments. They don't disappear after 2 seconds on there. On Twitter, I'm like looking down the comments, but on here they stay there. It was from a pack. Absolute. I couldn't believe it. Kevin Negandhi, sports anchor. I saw that. That was nice. That was really cool. And then the Mick Abel. I think there was an Abel parallel universe with the draft pick cards. The Martin's nice. Just hope he learns how to hit. I wanted a light bulb, but I got silver maple. What's your next break? You said you were preparing. What are you doing? We got up your sleeve there. Roy Campanella. The green. Yeah, that's right. It was the green, I think, draft pick card. I got another pack in me. My autos from Pro Debut were similar to yours. Hudson Haskin. Gabriel Marino. AJ Vukovic. No, just those two. AJ Vukovic and Yordi Snowballs. Number to 150. Yordi Snowballs. The Haskin and the Marino you pulled. I don't think you pulled the Vukovic and the no balls. Elite Extra Edition, 25 blaster, 2 guaranteed hits in a draft. I'm in. I like those cards. I'm in. Final pack's going to be Allen and Ginter again. Because I think there's relics in these. I forgot which relic I got before. The girl. Cook. Kelsey Hammer, Cook. Tristan McKenzie. He's getting better. You know, I thought about this. Nicky Lopez for the Royals. He's batting like 280, 360 on base percentage. He's got like 20 stolen bases. It's his 3rd year in the majors. It's very similar to his minor league stats. You got to have patience with some of these guys, but you got to know when to hold them, when to fold them. You got to know when to cut them. But if you just went off Lopez's last few years, he'd be like a real jobber. But I guess it takes time to get comfortable. It's like, McKenzie. Ozzy Albies. The second time I'm pulling this guy out tonight. I'm getting bored of this guy. Kim. Daniel Kim. KBO baseball analyst. We should ask him about Taylor Motter. Daniel. Taylor Motter is on the Red Sox now. Why didn't he do so good with the Kiwoom Heroes? He doesn't know. He's ignoring me. Daniel Kim is now banned. I asked him a question. He just looked at me and ignored me. You're right. Absolutely. You got to have patience with them. I mean, I think Mike Trout, his first year, he didn't do so hot. And, I hate to say Mike Trout, but it's every player. Not every player just comes and takes the world by storm. Far, far away, this is the Caldwell Galaxy. I wonder if Star Wars happened in this galaxy. Well, it didn't, because it didn't say a long time ago, it just said far, far away. So distance-wise, it could have, but time-wise. Taylor Motter, he was I forgot what team I only know him because of the KBO League. I remember he went from the fantasy league that we did. He went from the majors to the KBO, and I thought he would have success out there. So I actually drafted him, and he didn't do so good. Did not discuss that yet, no. Max Muncy, Luis Garcia, jobbers. So that's the only reason I know about Motter, because I drafted him thinking he wasn't good. I forgot what team he was on. He started his MLB career with. The Revenge of the Jedi, that poster. Did you read the article why the poster is rare? Andujar, Bellinger, Real Muto, Harper, Soto, Acuna, and Betts. These are the trivia prizes. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Revenge. I wonder if he did it on purpose, George Lucas. That was episode 6. All right, that's a trivia question. We're on corporate Star Wars with baseball again. What was the title of Star Wars Episode 5, which is perhaps the greatest, not only Star Wars movie, one of the greatest movies ever. What was the title of Episode 5 of Star Wars? So that's all I got tonight, fellas. Scott, looking forward to the break. It is, exactly. They gave it out for Star Wars night, back when Star Wars night at the stadiums actually meant something. They had people dressed up. They had an Ewok walking around, an R2D2, like life size. This year, Star Wars night was nothing. On the Fanavision, they had like a lightsaber instead of a baseball bat. That's all they did this year for Star Wars night. Very disappointed with the Phillies. Very. 2 years ago, people were walking around. You take pictures with Chewbacca. They gave that out. They showed you the nothing. I can't ban the place though, because for obvious reasons. So, all good. So, trivia question: what was the name of Episode 5 in Star Wars movie? Tim. Scott, looking forward to the break. Jimmy, go Mets, and go Phillies. Beat those Marlins. And Daniel Kim, you have now joined the ban list for ignoring our question. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is meant to be shared. Information is meant to be shared, not ignored when we ask you a question. Damn fool. So thank you all for joining. You guys have a great evening. You keep watching. I'll keep ripping. Have a good night.